Dear friends, welcome back with Robotics Strategy Forum 2021. I'm Christian Mikhailov, and in the next 20 minutes we'll talk about Industry 4.0, the Festo way. I would like to present you Mr. Andreas Hoelscher, Senior Vice President Corporate Product at Festo. In this panel, we'll dive into Industry 4.0 and how the German conglomerate Festo challenged the industry with successful implementation of Industry 4.0. Hello, Dr. Hoelscher. How are you?
Hello, good morning.
Good
morning to Bulgaria. Thank you for the opportunity to talk to you in this forum.
You're welcome. Thanks for the opportunity that you support Professional Association of Robotics and Automation in our way to showcase how why Bulgaria should be on the map on the robotics and automation. So, Dr. Hoelscher, may you share what are the global trends in Industry 4.0, and is there any change in the last year based in the COVID situation?
I think Industry 4.0 was coined by the German industry 10 years ago, and it basically describes various automation initiatives of any factory. Factories in the past have been very manual with a lot of movement of workers who move parts from machines, but these movements become increasingly automated. And the past 1.5 years, of course, we know the COVID situation, we know, of course, the restrictions, what it means for our lives, but also for our factories, that even increases and drives this kind of autonomy. So what we see in the German industry, but also in other industries, that also our customers are looking for solutions which automate certain things in the factories and which make it easier. We see this in the COVID situation also because some industries are also moving back, let's say, from faraway locations to more, let's say, locations either in Europe or even in Germany. But that, to make that economically viable and feasible, that also means certain cost positions have to be achieved, and that usually means, of course, that we need automation wherever we can use it.
Okay, then how the Industry 4.0 challenged the manufacturing in this case in the last 18 years when we talk especially for the nearshoring and for the internal processes in company like Festo?
Especially we as Festo provide solutions for movement in factories. In the old days, let's say 10 or 20 years ago, our products, let's say valves which provide movement with air pressure, our electric motors, these were our products. We just had let's say, the hardware components. Increasingly now we need more intelligent components in a way that they are controlled by controllers. We need to have controls to make our products safe. So safety is a big issue. And we have more demands from our customers. As we are nearshoring, the demands on the performance of the factory increases. So our products have to ensure that the so-called OEE, so the uptime of the factory, needs to be as high as possible. So we need to find out very early on if there's any disturbance coming in the factories to, let's say, organize predictive maintenance. What we also see is the quality of our product or of the product of our customer becomes important. And sometimes we also use artificial intelligence algorithms to improve the quality of our customers' products. And last but not least, and this is another new trend coming worldwide, is a CO2 problem. So the factories, our customers ask us more and more, how can we optimize our energy consumption? And we provide solutions to help our customers to find early on where are problems in energy consumption and how can you reduce that.
Thank you. One of the main challenges for the industry on a global level is the chip crisis. How such crises impact the industry at your company?
This crisis, at one point, it's an opportunity for us because the chip crisis means there's a huge investment going on in the semiconductor industry. And of course, as such, we provide solutions to the respective companies. These companies invest big time in all around the world. And that's for us good because that drives our business in these respective markets. At the same time, of course, we are also a customer of these very products. So of course, we are also affected by these crises, and we have electronic components and we have teams internally installed, which more or less organize every day where is the shortage and how can we manage. We as Festo so far have managed the solution, the crisis without major disturbance in our customers. Unlike, let's say, you certainly have heard about the German car industry, which has shut down in various factories for weeks. So they have a heavy impact in their customers. So far, we still have managed to avoid that, but yes, it's a struggle. In that way, it's also affecting us, and we also have to manage the situation.
Okay. In this case, what are the challenges in the product development during COVID? I'm sure that every company, and Festo is not it's not like island separated case. In this phase, how you faced and how you solved the challenges in the product development at Festo?
Yeah, certainly the COVID crisis came as a very rapidly last spring, and we were struggling to keep up on how to manage. We made some smart decisions in a way that we very fastly organized it in such a way that all our developers have all the tools, especially the workstations or so at home they needed. And this was a very ad hoc decision at that time, which proved to be very good. Now, of course, like in this forum, we adjusted to the virtual communication. In a way, it even helped us because, as you said, Bulgaria is for us a very important location, as we have a very important development also in Bulgaria. In the past, Festo is a German conglomerate, a German company. A lot of the development was done in Germany, and also the employees got used to personal contacts. To some extent, that's very helpful, but COVID also in Germany forced us to reduce the personal contacts, and our development became more and more virtual, which of course means the location, whether it's Germany or Bulgaria, doesn't make any difference. So our cooperation across the countries between, let's say, Germany and Bulgaria largely improved in a way that we were virtual, and it doesn't matter anymore where you live. And since with Germany and Bulgaria, it's only 1 hour time difference, so we more or less work in the same time zone, so we can cooperate very closely. So indeed, this, let's say, virtual cooperation, independent of the location, is largely improved via this COVID situation. So that's a good part of the situation. Nevertheless, we also look forward to a situation where we can have more personal meetings as we continue.
I hope so. Actually,
and of course, to be precise, in the software, of course, the virtual development is always already done by many companies and also us. We also have, of course, a hardware part, and also in Germany, but also in Bulgaria, we have colleagues who never experienced home office because they have to work in the manufacturing, in testing with hardware. And I must say, I'm very glad that these people did it and made this work independent of the COVID situation.
Well, actually, my next question is how the development in the Bulgaria R&D office of Festo reinforce the global strategy of the company, but I think you somehow answered. Yeah. Of course, if you have something that you would like to add.
No, but actually, as you said, it goes hand in hand. In Bulgaria, it's an important location for Festo, not only for the development, but we also have a manufacturing there. And our manufacturing in Bulgaria is not only mechanics, but also electronic. So as we said, Industry 4.0 drives intelligent components, intelligent solution in the factory. It usually means that more intelligence comes with electronic and software. So from that perspective, our products which are manufactured in Sofia are very important for our product portfolio. And likewise, it makes sense that the development location is at the same location where we also manufacture. So the close cooperation between the technology and the manufacturing is certainly an asset. And this is why, of course, we choose also to significantly build up our development location in Sofia.
Okay. Actually, when we talk about Industry 4.0, I definitely should ask you how the intelligent factory of the future look like.
How does the intelligent factory look like? You see, it can look very autonomous. You see already companies trying out, and also Festo, and of course with automatic solutions and also robots. So you see a lot of, let's say, manual work will be replaced by robots where possible. Of course, in the end, we find out humans are still very flexible. And I can point out only to one industry which is surprisingly a little automated, and that's actually the production of mobile phones. The production of mobile phones, as you know, is largely done in Asia for the companies, the Chinese, the Samsungs and the like, or the Apple suppliers. And usually it's done by a lot of manual work. And why is this the case? Because, of course, every year or 1.5 years, there's a new model and they don't know what to fix. Our solutions in the future will provide more flexibility so that certain steps are done and can also change as new models of mobile phones arrive. So the automation needs also flexibility, especially in these fast-moving markets, which create new products every year or every 2 years, which need to have an adapted manufacturing. You have, of course, the whole logistics. You have the autonomous vehicles which drive through the factories. So in many cases, you see a high automation in the factories. One industry also to drive this a lot is the semiconductor industries. And they want to get rid of the humans for the very simple reasons they have to get rid of particles. As the structures become smaller, they have to reduce the particle content in manufacturing. And of course, we humans are a source of particles, and for them the solution is to automate as much as possible.
And talking about the automation, what we can expect from Festo on the ground level when we talk about robotics and automation
Festo in general is, let's say, our motto is we are the engineers of productivity. So we provide solutions to move things in a factory and to automate things in the factory. So our product portfolio comprises, let's say, all the valves for fresh air movements, all the electrical components, and let's say up to robotics. We are also developing robots and are in discussions with customers. When we launch it, we will see. It's not yet decided yet. But you can, of course, between, let's say, a full robot and, let's say, a solution which has, let's say, only 3 arms, 3 connected, there's anything is possible. So we are looking together with our customers where are movements you can automate, and whether it's an electric motor or a full robot or something in between depends on the actual use case.
Dr. Hoelscher, thank you very much for joining on Robotics Strategy Forum 2021 and sharing insightful information about Festo and how Festo leads the Industry 4.0. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in 10 minutes. Meanwhile, feel free to join us on the spot on Incubator Building at Sofia Tech Park. We have more than 20 different robots that you can see, especially two different types of robots from Festo, flying of course, flying robots. So feel free to join here on the spot till 4 p.m. Bulgarian time. If you like the stream, please share it, give us a like, add your comment on Facebook and YouTube, and expect us in 10 minutes.